Hello and welcome to our Hannibus and Pocolo webinar, ROI-Driven Alliance Building for Hemp and Cannabis Operators. We are thrilled to be hosting this webinar today with Hannibus and delighted that you all would find time in your schedules to join us. Before I pass it over to our friends at Hannibus, I'll just give a brief overview of Pocolo and then move on to introductions as well. Pocolo is the free cannabis business resource for our industry. Please sign up if you haven't already. We offer all kinds of free resources for first-time women and minority cannabis entrepreneurs and professionals. You'll find information on financial resources, lenders, payment processors, and the first cannabis crowdfunding platform, Fundana, if you're looking to raise capital for your business. We also have a marketplace where you can buy and sell equipment and ancillary inventory. That's a full e-commerce platform and all kinds of other great resources for free for cannabis professionals and business owners. We are so excited to get things started with Hannibus. Hannibus is a hemp and cannabis cultivation solutions company from seed to sale. They offer strategic business planning to help you build, grow, and scale your operation. They also have a B2B marketplace where you can buy and sell hemp and cannabis seeds, flower, biomass, and anything a cultivator might need. Their leadership team brings decades of experience to you. We have Cliff, Syreeta, and Akil with us today. Hannibus is a boutique consultancy with a twofold mission. First, to end predatory selling in the marketplace by matching farmer needs with quality and ethical solutions from its vetted and ethical product and service providers community. And secondly, to offer education and value-added resources that lower barriers of entry in today's agricultural industry. Cliff is the Chief Sales Officer and leads the team as a subject matter expert with 10 years of hemp and cannabis industry experience and over 25 years of demonstrated success in the tech and banking industries. His reputation for cultivating high-value relationships and win-win alliances has earned him recognition as a go-to resource for customer insights, trends, and solutions. Syreeta Mitchell is the Chief Marketing Officer. She is a certified project manager with more than a decade of B2B and B2C marketing experiences. She's led and managed high-profile marketing projects for top brands like Acumatica, Microsoft, and B of A. Her success in winning customer relationships is a direct result of her execution of captivating digital campaigns and leveraging centers of influence to hook customer attention. She is a recipient of the Houston Business Journal Top 40 Under 40 Award, and her passion for giving back to her community is demonstrated through ongoing social equity projects. Akil Franklin is the Hannibus Chief Technology Officer, and he has provided digital thought leadership to brands like Microsoft, Verizon, Dell, Southwest, and CenturyLink, while managing tech teams across the globe. Akil has a proven track record of coaching technology teams to deliver business results, build trust, and focus on shared goals. As a tech executive with over 25 years of Fortune 500 software engineering and delivery experience, Akil specializes in the design, construction, and delivery of scalable, rugged systems that deliver great user experiences across cloud, mobile, tablet, and desktop. We are privileged to now have Cliff and Syreeta deliver this presentation, and I should emphasize that our webinar participants will enjoy an exclusive promotion with Hannibus and receive free shipping and 15% off all hemp and cannabis genetic orders, and that's for a limited time only. You'll find more information in our follow-up and thank you email. With that, I will pass it off to our esteemed partners, Cliff and Syreeta.
I just wanted to kick off this topic on just looking at networking planning strategies that everybody on this call, or just if you're looking at this webinar outside of our Zoom meeting, if you're tuning in on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, wherever you're tuning in from, I just thought I'd start out with just networking planning strategies. So when it comes to talking about our who we are, I always tell people to present your value instead of your title. And that's, to me, that's number one. Some things that I'd love to just point out for people to keep in mind is, as you're planning, think about the types of brands, or just think about your business, your mission, and the types of clients that you want to work with. And it's really important to start thinking about who you align with. If you're working with other partners, that needs to be consistent, so that those relationships are abundant and they continue to grow. So the other part that I want to just point out is that, during COVID, we know how difficult it's been. Just, going to networking events really just stopped completely for a time, although networking events are back. It's been really, really important for us to just rely on networking virtual skills. And who knew that would be such a big important part of just our day-to-day business, especially with Zoom meetings happening all the time, or live streams on different platforms and virtual conferences. So one of the things that I just really encourage our attendees to do is start plugging in as much as you can into local community groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. It's really blown my mind to find that you can find in every state, city, there are so many regional groups. When you may find groups that have 30 people, you may find groups that have 5,000, 15,000 and up. So that is a huge opportunity to really plug in and just always be prepared to present the value of what you do with your business. Clubhouse is really, really a number one way of really plugging in. It's become really popular. I know Hannibus, we're very active on Clubhouse, but it's a great way to direct message people that are talking on the stage and actually sharing information about their business. And I can tell you, Hannibus, just as we've been doing networking, we found a lot of prospects just by virtue of us talking to people on Clubhouse. Local meetup groups, and as I said, LinkedIn, Facebook. Facebook, just in case, for most of us, we don't really think about this, but there are almost 8 billion people on Facebook. And, you think about that, that's a lot of people. LinkedIn, you have, excuse me, let me correct that. Facebook, you have just almost 3 billion people. And LinkedIn, you have 780 plus or so, give or take, million people using LinkedIn. So that's a lot of people to connect with. So another thing to point out is just defining a special offer that you want to promote. If you have something that's unique about your business, a very special value proposition, it's really important to just lead with those things. Don't assume that people will know that by just meeting you or going to your website. Always be prepared to share that up front. Developing marketing collateral like a one sheet, company overview, blog post, any type of content that makes you stand out as a thought leader is a really great way to attract other influencers. So next slide, I'm going to talk about just COVID-friendly networking strategies to get your products and services sold. That's why we're here today. It's really about, promoting and letting the world know that you stand out because you do X, Y, Z. So we talked about getting plugged into the groups, but I want to take it a step further and talk about centers of influences. And I'll use an example. An introduction that came to Hannibus months ago led us to an attorney, and that attorney has opened up many doors. One of the things that I realized is that just like any professional service, any center of influence, whether that's if it's a blogger, if it's an attorney, an accountant, whatever position that person may have, you'll find that that person can become a referral source for your business. It's amazing, to have people that just come to you just by virtue of someone making an introduction. That didn't cost anything, didn't cost your business any marketing dollars, any expensive ad spends. It didn't cost you a booth at an expensive trade show. I mean, this is just free traffic, free referral traffic. So I'm a big advocate about connecting with centers of influence, and just make sure that they understand what type of target client you're looking for, and then make it a reciprocal relationship that brings value to them as well. So something else that I spoke about, I'll just kind of bounce around here. When you're for instance, if you're attending virtual events, it's oftentimes one missed opportunity is just sharing or making an announcement that you're going to be attending the event. Sometimes you'll find that you can connect with attendees before you tune into the event, which is really nice. You can click on their LinkedIn profile, send them your contact information. Those are some of the things that a lot of people don't think about doing on the spot. Sometimes we'll collect a lot of business cards, but since we haven't been able to attend a lot of business events in person, we haven't really had to use business cards much. But oftentimes business cards get thrown in the trash, unfortunately. But I love the idea of being able to just plug in with people that fit the profile of the type of business that you're looking to collaborate with. Don't be afraid to do that. So live post sharing, tags, that also helps build momentum. It helps get people to start following the conversation hashtags. It's a way to, get people to comment on topics that may come up. You'll find that sometimes the most engaged people, again, become centers of influences that can also refer your business, or they may have needs themselves. So it's really a great opportunity to just take advantage of that. Podcasts and interview panels, that's a really great way to really start to stand out, hosting your own events. Hannibus, I can tell you, we have become it's like we've turned on a channel that people like to tune in and watch, every week. But we have started doing education webinars to really attract more people to get that exposure. But it's really become a big part of our business outreach, and that's been very effective. So I encourage people on this call to think about that as another way that you can connect with your audience. Press releases. So, if you have a partnership that you create with someone that's an alliance, put a press release together. Think about ways that you can create a mass announcement that tells the world who you are and what you do. And so speaking of that, Hannibus is very proud to announce that we have a partnership with Intex, and we just announced that today. And it's another way, again, to really build that value in the community and create those referrals. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Cliff, to talk about attracting product value.
Thank you, Syreeta, and very well put, as usual. Yes, so we want to touch a little bit about, leveraging your products and building alliances, and to offload your products. So you must have a strategy when entering this market, whether it's cannabis or hemp. Put a strategy together. Pick a lane, as we say, pick your lane. Need to be CBD products or cannabis products, edibles. Put all that together in your material and build your marketing strategy, and think about how you want to execute. You can execute it via social media, events. Like Syreeta touched on, the events are starting up again. So get out, network, wear your mask, of course, but, start networking and going to some of the events, promoting yourself. Self-promotion is the best thing you can do. and start, just building your brand and putting your brand out there, and start building strong partnerships. Partnerships are key to getting your products out to the market space, right? uh, Network with the CBD shop owners, or network with, you know, the dispensary owners, especially if you have a product that you're trying to get into the dispensaries. You want to touch base with all the major dispensary companies, try to build an alliance with them, you know, stay informed about what's going on in the industry, banking acts, whether or not the FDA is going to allow edibles and other products to be legal. So the more you know, the better you are. Next slide, screen. Thank you. Let's talk about how you can build strong alliances and win-win situations. Something that Syreeta spoke about, and also in my bio, right? Networking is how I build win-win situations and strong working agreements. Getting to know my partners, working together, keeping our commitment to each other, delivering what we say we're going to deliver on a timely fashion. You want to set your expectations up front so you can avoid all the pitfalls. Nobody's going to be disappointed. Um, the benefits of these objectives are strong referrals, right? And also building a stronger partnership. We have partners today that we have partnerships with that ask us all the time, hey, can we co-sponsor an event? Um, can we cross promote each other's products on this platform? So, those type of relationships and deliverables and commitments and so on and so forth, those are important to building a strong relationship with your partner and also with your future clients. Next. All right. So you want to exceed your partner's expectation and just gain their trust, right? So get together with your team, set goals, you know, think about long term, not short term, you know. There's no end game in the cannabis space to me. No end game in cannabis and hemp. This is just beginning. And, if you're in it to get rich, you're in the wrong industry. Think about long-term goals and set those goals with your teams so you'll be successful. Work with your partners, like I spoke about, penetrate new markets, co-sponsoring events, co-branding, utilizing each other's services. That builds real strong relationships, right? Continue to cross promote, you know, get testimonials. Testimonials are huge. It shows the value and it adds credibility to what you're doing. Don't be afraid to ask for referrals. We do it all the time. Right? Um, there's benefit in all of this. Right? So, yeah, you wanna work together and make sure you continue to build that relationship. Syreeta. I'm sorry.
Right, that's
Excuse me.
right. So,
I'm a bit
yeah,
under the weather.
that's
Yeah.
okay. Good. So, and just I will say that, on the topic of ROI, building alliances, this is this is a super effective strategy, thinking about how to partner or co-brand your business with other businesses that are in the same industry. It's super effective, and you'll find that it's the same amount of work of putting a product on a website and promoting it. You have an opportunity to promote potentially other company products and services with yours, and you'll find that you get upsells or referrals or people that really take advantage of any special offers you might have you may have available. And I just thought of this, Cliff. We were just talking with one of our suppliers that invited us to participate at an event, and we were just talking about how we could co-sponsor and have a booth, a larger booth together, sharing the cost, and also creating a bigger splash in a big pool that if we had tried to do the same event sponsorship, we probably would have gone or scaled down if it was just an individual sponsorship. But just thinking outside of the box, I mean, even just inviting each other to participate on different webinars together or present. So I agree with you 100%, Cliff, that this is such an effective strategy. And testimonials, as we've seen, with Hannibus, every single person that we work with, whether it's a customer or an affiliate partner, we ask for testimonials so that we can share with people that we want to do business with what that experience has been like for our partners and customers. And a lot of people don't always think about that. Your partners are also customers. They get to experience you and your brand. They get to, they are able to speak to whether you deliver on time, if you are consistent, if you have integrity. So all of those things matter when we think about reputation branding. So Cliff, is there anything else that you want to add on that?
Yeah, I just want to say, building those strong alliances and those partnerships and cross-promoting each other's products plays a huge, huge, huge part in being successful in these industries. We talk about building the stronger ecosystem, right? And it starts here. It starts with that, with the cross-promoting, penetrating new markets, and and we're talking from extraction facilities to manufacturing facilities, dispensaries, CBD stores, you name it. So yeah, relationship building is paramount, and reinforcing that trust and getting great results. So very well put, Syreeta. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I just want to wrap up. We didn't want to take everyone's time, but I do want to summarize that Hannibus is a partner that is here to help you. And let me see if we have any other slides. No, we don't. But Hannibus is definitely able to help you connect with the services and providers that you need to meet. We actually help a lot of our clients with the heavy lifting of vetting suppliers, product and service providers, and it saves our clients so much time. And so really having a consultancy like Hannibus can really be a huge resource for you. So I encourage you that if you have not learned about Hannibus, just take the time, reach out to us and just get acquainted with us. We can refer. We like to partner. We've been a beneficiary of being of partnerships, and we also want to extend that as a value-added service that we provide those in our network. So some of the services that we offer, as Rebecca mentioned earlier, we are consultancy. Our focus is on solutions, and grow operations training is something that we excel in. Seed to sell software, we provide that through our partners. We have certified genetics, farming and extraction equipment, greenhouse construction. We offer remediation technology, lab and soil testing, FDIC banking, and payment processing solutions. And we're also a utility broker. So for those of you on this call that have never met us before, we're so excited to meet you and get to know you. Yes. But understand that we offer many of those services, and we provide that through our network of partners. So we like to think of ourselves as a trusted advisor, not a broker. A broker is just an order taker. I shouldn't say that. I won't say that, but
brokers and jokers.
right. So we consider ourselves be more than that. We consider ourselves to be trusted advisors that can grow with the clients that we work with. We grow with you. We help you build, grow, and scale your operations. So please, if you are on this call, if you haven't had a chance to have a consultation with us, we offer 30-minute free consultations. We are happy to even support if there's something that you offer that you'd like us to know about. We want to hear all about your business. We are here in Texas, but we do work across the US, over on the West Coast, East Coast, every coast. We have clients also in Puerto Rico. And let's just end with that. We are very happy to be here. And Rebecca, thank you so much for the opportunity to present.
Thank you, Rebecca. Mm-hmm.
And if there are any questions, we're happy to accept questions.
Thank you so much, Syreeta and Cliff, for that very thorough presentation. I know that we'll have plenty of questions. So just while people are gathering their thoughts, again, that was such a thorough presentation. And I know I learned a lot about the full suite of services that Hannibus offers. I am just going to pull up the Q&A here. So people should feel free to just pop it into the chat. And maybe while they're getting ready, I have some questions. So I understand Hannibus focuses its goals on ending predatory selling, lowering the barriers to entry, and closing the discrimination gap within cannabis. Cliff and Syreeta, if you would be able to maybe expand on any of those 3 issues. And if anyone has questions, please pop it into the chat and I'll, of course, pass it to you.
I'll take the first one, the predatory, Syreeta. All right. Traditionally, legacy farmers has been preyed upon in every industry, not just hemp, cannabis, but we're talking produce, need to be wheat, corn, cotton, whatever the product may be, right? And there's never been a company out there to vet the partners and processes that they have to go through, right? So in terms of helping them with loans, right? And in getting these predatory loans, we take that part out. We work with them to find the proper lender for them to make sure it's within their means and that it's going to be a win-win for everyone, right? We don't want them to fall into the realm of losing the farm, so to speak, over a loan, right? So we work with them to provide them the best financial opportunities we can in terms of grants and lenders. And we vet those people and we work with the people we work with, such as the USDA and DAMA and the rest of the groups are, excuse me, they speak for themselves. They've been in the industry. We know the government, USDA has been around for eons, but DAMA group, we're looking out for the best interests of the farmers here. That's all that matters to us. Excuse me, I'm under the weather. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
We can. Oh, I didn't interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
I was just going to.
Please.
Go ahead, Syreeta.
Oh, I was just going to comment on the part of our mission regarding how we lower the barriers of entry. So for farmers that are looking to build, grow, and scale their operations, this is a really big, important part of us. We find that the common denominator for a lot of businesses is access to capital. And as you know, just startup capital just to run and operate the business. And so one of the ways that we're able to do that is that we have a marketplace that we're building through Hannibus, and we have an ecosystem. I like to think of it as an ecosystem of vetted service and product providers that are willing to offer promotional pricing on their services, and we pass that on to our clients. And that's just one way that we're able to add value to our clients, by just providing that just those savings to help defray the cost of just running an everyday business. We understand how difficult that part is. Also, what's really unique about our company is that we do work directly with USDA. We have specific resources that can help our clients with grant writing. We can help you position your business to be eligible for specific grants, like the value-added producer grant that's out there for a lot of hemp and cannabis. Excuse me, it's really industrial hemp producers that are eligible for that. But we have access to a lot of the decision makers that can help guide us and learn about programs before they become mainstream. So this is super important, again, with businesses at any stage, whether you're a startup or whether you are, expanding, let's say you have an operation that's growing, just talk to us, because there's 9 times out of 10, we have solutions that maybe you hadn't thought about that we can provide. So that's one, how we're able to, really help achieve that second part of our mission.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just saw Sebastian Thomas typed in an excellent question. So I wanted to get to Mr. Thomas. If and when the cannabis hemp industry starts to expand globally, will you be willing to do business in other countries? If so, what are some of the things you'll be able to offer to these new markets?
Great question, Sebastian. Cliff, do you want to take that? Or I don't want to steal the thunder. Okay, well, and the answer is yes. As the industry, oh, Cliff, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we're willing to work with anyone. Actually, we got a request from South Africa here a couple of weeks ago, and the issue with them is the expense of the licenses. Their license fees to enter the cannabis market and hemp space is just astronomical. We thought they were expensive here in the States, but they're dealing with something totally different, and the loans aren't available for them. So unless they have the resources and the cash, it's going to be tough for those guys. But yes, we'll work with anyone.
And I'll share, so we can definitely also provide, again, grow operations consulting is really important. Something that I've found, our team has found, is that oftentimes many people really haven't grown any, may not have grown hemp or cannabis, or maybe they have experience growing cannabis, but not hemp, and don't realize that there are distinctions between how those two crops grow. So we can provide expertise and guidance to help people navigate through that process and also be ahead of the compliance game. So we provide a tremendous amount of value in helping our clients.
Well, I can certainly ask another question. Again, it was such a wonderful and thorough presentation, so I can keep them coming, but please, this is really not for me, it's for everyone else. So don't be shy. Go ahead and type them into the chat.
I just want to elaborate on that also. And also we could provide our genetics also, to other countries. So keep that in mind also.
Cannabis offers such a comprehensive suite of services. What are your sort of aspirational goals in the next, 5 years or 10 years? Where are you sort of building forward, or if you want to share on that?
Do you want to take that, Cliff?
I don't want to give away the farm, so I'm just gonna sit back and let you handle that one. In terms of 5-year plan,
or any kind of future, even your goals for the year. I just thought it might be a fun question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So great question, Rebecca. As we grow, obviously, we wake up and see the headlines of different of the industry changing so quickly. In new states, changing, there's social equity programs or just many changes happening that we want to take. So our company is really looking to build stronger relationships, partnerships, and also long-term, I would like Hannibus. In fact, we aspire to become, if you can think of the AAA of the farming industry. So a membership subscription type of community that allows our members and suppliers that are also doing business in this community to feel that they're in a space that allows them to flourish and actually have access to all the right resources, not just the transaction of doing business, of making a sale or, listing a product, but really creating relationships and opportunities for us to also do more outreach to really tap into the needs of our community and users in the community. We also, as we grow, we've had lots of requests for different level and experienced business owners, farmers, all of the above, who've asked us to take them on tours to facilities and provide that level of, high touch education, just being able to touch the plant and take a tour, learn how, hemp and cannabis grow, and really educate others about the business. That hands-on experience that I believe really will become a big part of our business. And then, in everything, as this industry evolves, I definitely can see us taking a position as a thought leader, really in becoming a distributor of information, news, information, education about hemp and cannabis, the benefits of using it. I find that that's a big there's a big need for that right now, because people just really have very limited information about or experience with the products.
Yeah, and to stay abreast, sign up for our magazines, our soon to come magazine, I should say, webinars, and our newsletters to stay informed about what we're doing over here at Hannibus and how we're changing the game.
Sebastian has another great question. What do you think would be the quickest or the best way to advance decriminalization and legalization in places that where it has yet to occur? For example, education. How would you go about educating people?
The stigmatism of cannabis and hemp as being this no, bad plant. It starts there, right? It starts there. Education, like he spoke about, is paramount. I mean, that's the key, educating people on the benefits of the plant, not just from a recreational use in terms of cannabis, but also from medicinal, for the medical reasons and the good values that have shown so far. And this is just, just the beginning. So they can see, these states and countries can see the revenue that's being generated from these plants. That alone should attract them and want them to move forward with legalization. But once again, it's going to start with education. You got to educate them and let them know this plant is not bad. We need to remove that stigmatism from it. We do away with the stigmatism, everyone, that'll open the floodgates for everybody. Like here in this country, FDA, USDA, they're on two separate pages. We need everyone to work on one accord and realize that these plants have benefits. That's the beginning of it, the educational piece. And revenue, of course, everybody wants to make more money. So, and as we can see, the states, they benefit from it. So it really, it's a no-brainer. That's where it begins. But also you need groups, advocates, to go to your state assemblies and to those meetings and and talk to your leaders and congressional and, politicians and everyone else, and let them know, these plants, they have benefits. Hemp has over 50,000 uses. There's not one product on the market today that can't be utilized with hemp, right? And we have only begun with cannabis. We talk about, the recreational effect of, just kickback, getting high or stoned off of it, and the medical, parts of it. But there's other benefits to that plant also, and they're just beginning to do the research on it. You have to think in terms of their cousin plants, right? So we know all the benefits of hemp can be marijuana or cannabis can be utilized the same way. So education is key. Education is key to getting these laws passed, and hopefully everybody will be on board soon. We love to see the day when everybody can celebrate 420 outside and don't have to worry about any pushback, So we're looking forward to that day, and it's coming soon. It's coming.
It is.
Well, I can think of one more question. I think, Sebastian, it's you and me coming up with the questions, so I'll give you a minute.
Quite all right.
So I realized in the introductions, I focus so much on the depth of, corporate tech banking experience you all have, but I'd love to hear kind of what's the story on how the three of you got together to build this team, or, what inspired you to launch this cannabis company. So.
I guess I could take that one. I don't know. Okay, so actually we started Hannibus last year in August, and before that, the conversation, actually Cliff and I, we had known each other previously in working in the cloud ERP space and software sales and things like that. And Akil, our other co-founder, also has had a long-standing relationship with Cliff as friends. And so the conversation came up in just discussions, how do we address the needs that are out there? The need that we saw was there was a lot of predatory selling happening. And people there was a lot of over promising and under delivering. And we decided that it was really an opportunity for our company to come in and really actually take a stand and combat that. So that came just out of our group talking and sharing ideas on where we could really solve a problem and take a stand for building social equity reform as well. Cliff, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I saw an opportunity, and I knew that Akil and Syreeta were the best in their fields, right? And I thought there's rarely you see a company that's formed where you put the key pieces in place from the beginning, and how cool it would be to work with these guys again. There was some apprehensions on their side, trust me, about the industries, right? And I told them, this industry is, although it's been around forever, it's still relatively new, right? It's been reintroduced, so to speak. So I felt like they can come in and conquer, like they have. And we decided, let's just go out here and let's do it. Let's see what we can put together here. And social equity was the focus, and still is today. We know that it's hard for, people of minorities and people of color and, women and so on and so forth to build those ecosystems, right? And we wanted to come in and be that conduit, so to speak. Let us go out and build those relationships, and in turn offer their services to, the masses. That's what true social equity is: affordability, letting everyone be a part of it, not what they're saying social equity is today. There's no true definition of social equity. So we thought that we can build something to put value and show what a true social equity program should look like. So yeah, so to speak.
Yep.
So
Sebastian, thank you so much, Sebastian. Another question, what is the best way to contact you all if possible? And I'll just say, Sebastian, we will send a follow-up email with that referral link so you can get directly in touch, but please.
Our website is hannibus.com, and that's HANNIBUS.com. We are on all social media platforms, LinkedIn, and I'll include that in the email if you like, Rebecca, with our social media handles. Our email to contact our team, Cliff Cook, he's our Chief Sales Officer. So any questions that you have about partnerships in products or services, he can answer that in the email. Cliff, do you have a certain email that you would like to share?
Yeah, cliff@hannibus.com. But more importantly, you can also send requests and any questions, or or even to schedule meetings. You can send us an email also at founders@hannibus.com.
Right. Yes. And so we are always having webinars on our website at the bottom of the page. If anyone is really excited about what we do, you can stay in touch with us and sign up for our newsletter and you can become invited to our future webinars, the educational events that we host. We're always putting together something. So please sign up. And we look to also, again, as Cliff had mentioned, as we're evolving our company's building, we will have additional publications, and we want to make sure that the people that are following us from day one, grow with us. So just sign up and we'll be happy to just take you with us on this journey.
Yes, very much so. We look forward to working with some of you, and we're open for suggestions, or to answer your questions, to build relationships with you. So that's paramount. That's key to us. We want to build relationships across the globe.
Well, it looks like we are coming up to just the 1 hour mark. So unless there are any other questions, Sebastian or anyone else, I want to thank everyone for attending. I want to thank Cliff, Syreeta, and Akil. Thank you, Hannibus.
Thank you, Rebecca.
This was an incredible presentation. And I realized both Paco and Hannibus, we were born in August, just around the same time. So it's really exciting to see everything you all are building for the community. I hope everyone reaches out and takes advantage not only of the services Hannibus offers, but also 15% off for limited time. Their genetics orders on their marketplace. That information will be included. Please be sure to sign up for paco.com as well. And I look forward to another future webinar. Thank you for sharing all of your expertise and sharing your time. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day.
Thank you. Thank you so
much.
much.
Have a good one. Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.